What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Solgr and FushaOnly show, episode 50.
50. We've
Yeah.
made it to 50.
Once again, I'm SolgrOnly. Welcome this week. I'm joined once again by
the one and only Fusha.
And we have our brother from the other side of the pond, Homicidal Lou, is with us once again. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah.
I'm doing okay. Just trying to set up OBS quickly.
Oh yeah, that can always be fun. Yeah.
Only when it works.
Yeah, about as fun as a root canal.
God, yeah. I hated those. I'm not gonna miss my teeth.
Yeah, we got quite a bit to get into this week. I mean, there's been some interesting stuff going on the Destiny front this week. Fusha and I actually finally got into
Stranger Things.
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna say that we finally got into a show that's really popular, and once again, we're kind of late to the boat on it.
It's good though. It's really good.
Yeah. So we did get into that, and God, we were hooked right from the start. Right, like I think that first night we watched what was it, like 4 or 5 episodes that first night? I think
it was 5
or 5, I think maybe.
It was 4 or 5. There was only 8 episodes in the first season, but it was addicting and gripping and good.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into any spoilers, so don't worry about that. But it it's like pretty much everything I was hearing about it, was in it. Like how
the 80s so well, like incredibly.
Yeah, how good they are, like how accurate, like they portrayed the 80s, the music and everything, and even just like the intro
reminds me a lot of Stephen King.
Yeah, I have heard that. Yeah, like Stephen King and like old 80s horror novels and stuff were big influences on the show, which you can definitely see in it. And it's really good. Like it's crazy because I even hear a lot of people talking about it that aren't even necessarily fans of like sci-fi stuff and stuff like that. And like the character development and everything is really good in it. Like the character, there's interesting characters in there too, especially like the sheriff that has, I'm trying not to get into spoilers, but like the sheriff that has a troubled past.
Right.
Pretty much, and the characters are interesting in it. So
I think one of my favorites is Dustin, though.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He's funny. His character is great, and he's so level-headed. He's like,
for being a young kid, right? Like, you haven't gotten into Stranger Things, have you, Homicidal?
No.
I recommend that you do.
Yeah, it's really good.
It is good.
We still do have the second season to watch, right? So we haven't started the second season yet. So we did finish the first season last night.
We probably won't get a chance to till next weekend.
Probably not. Yeah, we probably won't get into it until then.
Because during the week it's a little hard to stay up late, and then of course yesterday I slept till 5:30.
Yeah, yesterday was pretty eventful for you. Yeah, you slept till 5:30 in the afternoon.
My bad.
I know.
My body needed the sleep.
Yeah, and I had tried waking you up a lot throughout the day, and like I was streaming and stuff, and then we'll get into this a little bit more when we talk about what we did throughout the week. But Homicidal Haze and I ran the Nightfall, and after we completed, I was like sitting there thinking, I'm like, wait a minute, has she not been out, even got up yet? And I had to go there and wake you up. I'm like, are you gonna get up today? And you woke up and it was dark outside already.
Yeah, I was living.
You literally missed the sun yesterday.
I did.
You literally slept through the sun.
And he was laughing at me the whole time about it, and I'm like, it's not funny. I wasted the entire day.
I know. For some reason, I was kind of finding humor in it.
Which is fine, because at least I didn't go as rude as I have before I moved back in.
You have gotten pretty salty in the past when you're like, why don't you wake me up? I'm like, I tried like
you did
20 times.
And I do remember when at some point you did take a nap, and the whole few times that I woke up, I thought that it was like maybe 8 or 9 or 11, and I was just getting up at noon. And then the comment you had made about wait, you haven't gotten up all day, have you? And I'm like, wait, what do you mean all day? And that's what like jolted me awake, because had you not said that, I probably would continue to sleep even more.
Especially with it still being dark outside, it's going to confuse you.
Yeah.
You know, when it is. Yeah, Solaris in chat says, I do that a lot. I miss a lot of days. I always sleep in. Mm-hmm. I really wish I could sleep in. Like, even on weekends, I'm still, I mean, you guys, you know, the homies that are here on the stream every day, you guys definitely see it, because I'm live at 6, 7, 8 in the morning, even on weekends.
But then you're falling back asleep.
And then, of course, the narcoleptic ninja kicks in, and I fall asleep on stream.
Well, and I do it at work sometimes, where I'm like completely passed out, but somehow manage to take a call, and they don't realize that I'm out of it.
Yeah, you got really good at sleeping at work.
Yeah, I got used to what I do, and
just do it on autopilot.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I handle it pretty well.
Yeah, it's the same thing with me sitting here streaming and stuff. Like, I hate it. I hate the fact that I like start nodding out and stuff.
But then again, how many loans have I gotten S approved for when you wake me up? I'm like, oh, I'm not at work.
Well, yeah, when you're sleeping, yeah, you're talking in your sleep, and you can definitely, I can, you know, obviously it's about work, talking about approving us for loans. And
there was one time you woke me up though, and it scared the bejesus out of me. I didn't know what year, time of day, what week it was even. I was just like so scared awake.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what we'll do at the beginning of the show, we always go around what we got into, you know, during the week and stuff. So we did have the episode last week, right? So it's been just a week, because sometimes, sometimes we miss episodes, and then sometimes it's several weeks. But
I know we've missed a few episodes of Talking to Kay.
Yeah, Talking to Kay, we're way behind, so we need to make sure and try and get an episode into that tomorrow. That's our Walking Dead podcast that we do on Mondays.
It's a work in progress. We've been pretty occupied.
And we talked about it before, like Mondays are kind of a hard day, you know, to do it.
They are.
I mean, it's easy to do this where it's a Sunday, you know, like where we're off all day before, but I digress. So getting right into it, Homicidal, what have you gotten into this week?
Well, I did do some Iron Banner.
Yeah, we did get into that. Yeah.
That didn't play out too well for me, did it?
Yeah, today it did get a little rough. Like, Iron Banner was a little interesting this week, I guess.
I broke a remote.
Yeah. I'll get there sooner or later. I'm working on it.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see you in PvP.
I don't know how I'd be.
Yeah, this banner, I mean, Destiny 2 obviously has this really heavy team shooting meta, you know, right? But with this one, it was literally like a camping banner. So not only was, you know, were they constantly staying together, but they just weren't moving. They were literally just camping together. Like, normally, you know, we were seeing teams move throughout the map together, staying together in this team shot meta, but it was weird. I don't know. Obviously it's gonna have to be because of the game mode, right? Because when we had Iron Banner, when it was control and stuff, we weren't really seeing, you know, Camp Banner. But with it being Clash this month, I don't know. I think that played a little bit into that, I'm sure.
The only problem I had wasn't necessarily the camping per se.
Okay. That was like some issues I had. What did you have? What was like the main thing for you?
The main thing for me was lag switches.
See, and that was actually, yeah, that probably actually was worse. Because today it was really bad. And it wasn't just normal, you know, like you know, every now and then you'll get a match, you know, when maybe like one person on the other team's lagging really bad, so you'll see him blinking across the map. It was more than that. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, it was really bad. Like, there was one part where I was literally like point blank to this guy, just unloading in his face, and it didn't even take his armor or his shield down, his life down. Like, it wasn't even moving. Like, it was just straight up just
I would have gotten so frustrated. I would have wanted to toss the controller.
And this, like Homicidal.
That's exactly what I did.
And he did.
Yeah, because I mean, even just a couple weeks ago, if it was that long, I when I started playing and I kept dying and dying, and you were hearing me huffing and puffing next door, and I was just like, ah.
Yeah, you got pretty salty on that too.
Yeah, but I mean, I did good when I played with you guys.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but damage basically after I threw the remote. This is going to be the fun part. I busted my remote slightly. The right button on the D-pad doesn't work anymore.
Oh, ouch!
And I put a dent in my computer.
Oh, damn it!
Because it landed on the floor and then smacked the side of the tower.
Oh, and of course that wasn't your intention. It's like, damn it, I didn't mean to do that.
My intention was to break the remote, but you know.
Rip.
Yeah, maybe wait until you get a new one, and then you'll have that nice relief of just shattering that old one, and just save it there for when you get.
I don't want
something.
I don't want to get a new one. My old one has an Attack on Titan.
Oh, it does.
No.
Decal on it.
It does. I forgot. I've seen a picture of it. Yeah, and that's what sucks is if it's one that holds a lot of sentimental value. Like now, I finally got the Elite, so obviously I'm super attached to that. But the one I had before that was that white one, and
you think they would have repairs for it like Bad Apple, like that game.
I almost want to say I think you can send it to Microsoft maybe and have them. I don't know. I could just be talking out of my butt, but
maybe.
I don't know. I want to say
if they haven't invented it already, they should, to where it's like just gaming gear and stuff.
Well, because if you have like a defective console and stuff, you can send it to Microsoft and get it fixed and stuff. But I don't know.
They probably charge an arm and a leg.
Yeah, it probably does.
I probably wouldn't be surprised if they do exactly what Nintendo does.
What does Nintendo do?
To get anything fixed, you've got to send everything back.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard that.
I broke the sensor, forgetting I could get a new one. I sent it back. I had to send everything back. I was gonna borrow a sensor from one of my good friends whilst mine was repairing.
Right.
Turns out I needed a new one anyway, so buying one off eBay would have been the easiest option.
eBay is the shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most of the time when we look around and stuff, I mean, I kind of go to Amazon.
I've got it off twice on eBay.
Yeah, that kind of leads me a little bit, makes me a little hesitant to check that out, because in the, how long has it? Let's see, it's been, we've known each other about 7 or 8 months now, so.
8 months, yeah.
In just that time, I started streaming in March, and in Homicidal, like literally, I met him literally like my first or second stream. Like I met him like right off the bat, because we both actually joined Emmemmsie pretty close to each other around the same time too.
Which was surprising.
Which is pretty surprising in itself.
I honestly thought you was in it for longer than me and streaming longer than me, because you knew exactly how your layout at the start was way better than mine. I can tell you that for a fact. All I had was the game capture and the camera.
Yeah.
I go into Soldr's channel, see many of things, and just like, how the hell does people do that?
I honestly don't know, because like I'm still learning everything as I go, so it's true. Like, I mean, I Google and read up a lot of stuff to learn, but
I don't.
It's all just, it's still just really self-taught.
You're still a sponge. Like, anything you read into, you just, like, always figure it out.
I'm a sponge for, like, useless information. Like,
that's true.
That's right. I keep forgetting about that, too. So Solaris got Homicidal into Emmemmsie. I don't think I've asked this then. So obviously in that case, Solaris was in Emmemmsie before we were then, right? So
I'm not sure how long he's been in Emmemmsie for.
Okay, so that was gonna be my question: is how long he's been in then? Because I joined right there at the beginning of March.
You did, yeah.
Speaking of which, we got to mention this. Emmemmsie actually just celebrated their 1-year anniversary. Pretty much this week. I think it was sometime during this last week. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've also got merchandise for the anniversary as well.
They do. Yeah, they do. Yeah. So Yeah, any Emmmmsie members, even if not, yeah, check out the Emmmmsie Discord, and there is a channel on there for the merchandise. I need to get in there and check out the 1-year anniversary ones.
Yes, indeed.
I've been meaning to get like a hoodie and stuff and a shirt.
Yeah.
I haven't got around to that yet. I know, Homicide, you have a sweater, isn't it? Didn't you get a hoodie?
Yeah, bright blue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. But at least when I was playing and I was getting salty, I was on the bed and then the floor is carpet, so like when I would get frustrated and toss the controller, it wasn't going into something so hard, it was still going into the carpet. And it wasn't going from a long space. It was just going from the bed, which is like this much. Mm-hmm. So at least I had that to my benefit, that it didn't really do any real damage, because I'd be sad after giving you so much shit about me getting my very own controller.
But you kind of understand and see how it can get to that point now, right? Oh
God, yeah. I do.
See, and the thing is, I don't get salty from games that often. I get salty from more technical issues, That's from the stream or whatever, is going on.
That's true.
Oh, Slayer said in chat, he's been in Emmmmsie a few days before he told Hami. So pretty much around the same time. Okay, so.
Yeah, pretty close to the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome then. So we've all, pretty much been in around the same.
Similar time. I think Stars might have probably ended up joining the exact time as you. Come to think of it.
It could be, yeah. It could be, because I know, like, I filled out the stuff and all that, and then I know I got, like, the acceptance notification, I think, just, like, a couple days later.
And you found the embalmed with Twitter links.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter notifications.
Mm-hmm. I'm still getting Discord notifications. I'm like, wait, how does this work?
Speaking of which, have you seen how they do it differently now to join? Have you seen how they're doing it now?
No.
I think it's an excellent idea. So how you do it now, and it's to kind of influence actual interaction, so it's because we get a lot of these people, like they
complain.
Yeah, they complain, and they just think just by joining, you're gonna get all these people. You know what I mean, just that whole mess. So what you do now, if you want to join, you actually, this is the way I'm understanding it too. So you actually join the Emmmmsie Discord. And you interact, and you know how you level up when you in the Discord, there's like that level up system.
Yeah.
So I guess once you level up to like a certain thing, and I'm sure it's probably not that high of a level. So once you level up a little bit, I think you'll get, I don't know if it's like a code or something. I think what it is, once you hit a certain level, then you'll be brought in pretty much. So it influences actual interaction with the team and the community and stuff before you join, before you're brought in, instead of just doing it and then finding out later, oh, hey, you're kind of an a-hole,
Right.
So I think it's a good idea. I mean, especially with how big it's gotten. Like we said, Emmmmsie just celebrated their year anniversary. There's over 5,000 members from all over the world, and it amazes me, some of the stuff. Like sometimes, like I feel bad when I see how some of these a-holes kind of talk to Emmmmsie herself, and I'm like, oh, where do you get your entitlement to expect her to do this type of, like that's not, no one ever says this is what Emmmmsie is,
Right.
It's very clear from the start. You get out what you put in, like they don't promise you, that we're gonna get you partnered or affiliated, like it's a community. It's a way to meet other streamers, and that's what we've done, because like, look at all of us, like we're practically a family now, and like we met each other through this way. I mean, you and Solaris are literally on the other side of the planet from us.
Me.
That's what I said, you and Solaris.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm on the.
Yeah, and FGS.
Yeah.
I mean, FGS is that he's in Sweden, and like it's crazy. It's incredible.
It's like Solaris said, it takes dedication and not just being around.
Exactly, yeah, and
Solaris
is the master of this stuff. Like, God, he was telling me he's in over 100 Discord communities. Like, he is so good at networking and interacting, with. I mean, he's kind of a little Emmmmsie in his own, because like with what you guys have been able to do with Team Extreme so far as well, like.
That's true.
Like you guys are
scrolled like over 150. People in the Discord, and we've only been up a couple of months.
Yeah, fast.
For 4 or 5 months, like.
Yeah.
And we've also got people in from Team Emmmmsie, such as the Deuce and all that. The Deuce, the Celtics TV, you, me, FGS, Lars. There's got a couple of other Team Emmmmsie members in Team X as well.
Mundo, I think. Yeah, Mundo.
Mundo's in Team X as well, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of crossover, which I like too, and that's what's awesome seeing that.
That too.
All right, so getting back in, a lot of Iron Banner. Was there really anything else?
Yeah, because you caught me on a recent time. About an hour ago, I started playing Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Someone was talking about that recently.
I was talking about that.
Oh, was you? Okay.
I've been wanting this game for so long, so I managed to actually pick it up.
Okay.
Because it's Crypt of the Necrodancer plus the DLC. It's comes up to about £4.
Oh,
it's
wow.
60, which it would originally cost 20 something. So it was 68% off, as far as I know.
Nice.
Is it on PC or?
Yeah, it's on PC.
Okay.
It's on Steam.
Was it this past week that you said you were actually gonna get Destiny on PC?
No, he did get it.
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
He did get it. Have you played it on PC yet?
Yep.
And?
I felt like I was playing on an NES.
He was saying his computer, was having problems running it.
And I did tell Solgr what would happen if I tried to run in Destiny 2 on PC, didn't I?
I know, but
I said I would have to turn all the resolutions down.
It's gotta be something
it's my computer.
There's a glitch.
My computer don't run to it.
I don't know, because I was having issues this weekend with it too, and I'm really hoping it's not something with the new monitor. I don't know. I don't know though, because I don't know if anyone else is having this issues. I've been twittering and stuff, and no one's really having the same issues. And
I would say I had the same issue yet again. It was doing the same to me on Overwatch on PC.
So it's not just Destiny. I mean,
it's interesting because they both use the same client. They're both on Battle.net.
Yeah. Well, there's still a slight hope that you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, again, Blizzard is the releaser and creators of Overwatch and Bungie and all that. Creators of Destiny 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I've played Hearthstone and something other, I don't know. I forgot the name of the game. It'll probably pop up.
Yeah.
Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, Heroes of the Storm, yeah.
And they didn't lag for me, so it's games like Overwatch and Destiny 2. Even Warframe did it to me, didn't it, as well?
Yeah,
that's a Steam game.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, because it's literally just Destiny doing it, because when I play Warframe, it was fine. But it's just the same thing. I normally get 70 to 90 frames when I'm playing Destiny 2, and this time it would start off fine like that, and then it was going down to 20 or 30.
That's no good.
That must be a Destiny problem then, because the Battle.net servers probably wouldn't cope with that, would they?
Yeah, well, and it's interesting because
they don't strict 60.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's also another thing is that it's it can't rain all the time, but when it does, pours. So it's you gotta take with what you got and work with what you got.
Yeah, obviously, so I play a lot of Destiny 2 on Xbox this weekend, but it's interesting because I right before I was starting to have these issues, I did update my graphics drivers. So it possibly could be that, or I just don't know if it's, like I said, bringing in the new monitor now. I don't know if that's kind of messing with the settings, but like I said, I wasn't having any issues with Warframe, so I don't know. All right, but moving on, Fusha, what did you get into this week?
I finally played Destiny.
Yeah.
I finally played with people instead of just myself.
Yeah.
And you guys helped me power up from I think it was
level 2 to level 4, I think.
No, I think 6.
I'm not sure. I left at level 4.
I think we got you to 6, wasn't it?
It might have been. I don't know. I remember my light level was from 11 to 20 something.
I remember it being 27 at one
could
point.
be wrong, because
but
I
I
was
think
gonna play yesterday and today, and I didn't.
right. So yeah, it was our first time. With you playing with like homicide with me with homicidal and
I didn't die as often as I thought I was going to. I totally thought I was gonna die more, and then I didn't. I'm like, oh, okay. And I was getting it down to being able to switch guns and still shoot, and my aiming was still a little choppy, movement a little quick, but I'm getting the hang of it.
No, yeah, you did good, and that's like what I said. You just got to keep playing it, and then you'll get the hang of it.
I've enjoyed it though.
Practice.
Well, and like when I got to the farm, I found a nifty way to get up to the top. That was a different way than the way that you went up to the top.
Yeah,
and we didn't think it was possible, but then I finally figured it out, and I'm like, oh my god, I did it.
Yeah, we did get it. Well, I should say you, but I did try and get you there too. But it we were messing around with some jump puzzles and stuff in there.
It was fun. I like puzzles.
Yeah,
I'm a simple person. I like puzzles.
Yeah, I do too. Well, I know you. Actually, you need to get going on that Destiny puzzle because I really want that framed in on the wall.
Soldier.
I'll probably start the Destiny puzzle when we get into a different place.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
that's true.
It's kind of a hassle, and I don't want to have to be in the middle of a move when that puzzle was like halfway together.
Right.
So,
all I'm gonna say is enjoy, Soldier.
What'd you do?
I noticed something. But I saw pop up over there. It said a gift.
Okay, check Steam.
Crypt of the Nectar. Oh my god. Oh hell yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give this a shot. So what is it? So what is it like? Is it like what can you kind of compare it to?
It's a rhythm/strategy game.
Ooh,
okay.
That could be fun.
Basically, you've gotta follow the beat. You gotta press a key that follows the beat. Yeah.
Right.
And the only real controls is the arrow keys, so that shouldn't be a problem for one. But all the enemies do have a distinct pattern in how they move with the beat. And you can actually disturb the beats as well.
Oh wow.
Which doesn't really tend too kind to the game.
All right, so this is going to be interesting because we were kind of talking a little bit earlier, like how I never really gotten into rhythm games too much, other than like Guitar Hero and stuff, of course. But
well, now you're going to play one that isn't as complex as the ones I had to play.
So it is pretty complex too. Like
it's challenging. It's not exactly hit the buttons that are flying towards your face. It's more of try get to the end without dying, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
That should be fun.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, we're gonna have to give that a shot.
Yeah.
All right, so that's pretty much it for you, huh? Destiny 2 with us, and then Stranger Things, and
we did watch Public Enemies, but I think we talked about that last time.
I think we talked because you finally saw Public Enemies and 7 Pounds and stuff. I think we
went over those last time.
Right. So yeah, for me, like I said, a lot of Destiny 2. I actually didn't really get into Assassin's Creed too much. I mean, I did play it a little bit, because we did, like I said, we did upgrade. We did get that third monitor in here now, the 4K monitor. Take advantage of the One X and the PS4 Pro. And
I almost surprised him with it, but then I had to make sure I was getting the right one.
It was still a nice surprise.
It
was actually a nice surprise when it got here too, because we kind of weren't expecting it till like Monday or Tuesday, and I woke up from a nap because I had streamed early in the morning and stuff, and then took a nap, and I woke up from a nap and went out front to smoke, and it was sitting right there. And this was Friday, like the day after Thanksgiving too. So I was definitely, with Thanksgiving, I was expecting it to maybe even be delayed, another day. But
I'm gonna have to move up the stuff behind it a little more. The My Home Is in Your Heart and the Daily Grind.
Yeah, because I can't see that anymore. I like being able to see them too. They're good reminders.
It's big monitor.
So yeah, I did get into a little Assassin's Creed to check out the because it is 1X enhanced and stuff.
Oh, it is already.
Yeah, there is.
I got it for a steal too.
That's actually really good, but Solgr,
Mm-hmm.
your monitor's 4K, but I've got the biggest monitor running right now.
What size is?
Mine's like a 40-inch TV.
Right. Okay. Port. Okay.
Well, I mean.
No, yeah, I knew it was like a TV. I just couldn't remember the size.
Well, like having this one be 28.
I think it's 48.
Look small.
No, 40-inch, not 48. What am I on about?
Yeah.
I'm dozing off again.
Oh no.
Hey, how's it going? Sorry, I do not know how to pronounce your name in chat. So how's it going though? Yeah, someone's in chat saying hello, and I can't really tell.
There's a Mr. Something.
Yeah, Mr. Something maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. We're just recording our podcast right now. Thanks for dropping in.
Sorry, we don't know how to pronounce words. Apparently, we don't know how to read.
I don't. I don't.
Hooked on Phonics didn't work for me.
So yeah, but like a little bit of Warframe on PC I got into. But yeah, a lot of mainly just Destiny and stuff. Because like we said earlier, like with Homicidal, me and him played Iron Banner a pretty decent amount the past couple of days, and yeah, we've already kind of gotten into that little salt fest that it was.
But yeah, those are some other new goals. Is to get you more two more monitors like the one I just got you, and then I can take over those little ones. Yeah, because the two before we would put with yours when we get your PC. But that's 2 PCs away. Yeah, we got. It's a work in progress. We'll get there. I know. I already feel like I can contact the space station in here. Right. I mean, not only do I have 3 monitors going, but like when I'm streaming and stuff, we have. Well, even right now, yeah, we still have 5 displays going. Yeah.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Yeah, beam.
Right.
Right.
Calling out to Major Tom.
Yeah, calling out to Major Tom.
That's a good sign.
All right, so before we get into some of the Destiny 2 stuff that's gone on through this week, I noticed this article right here. It's just kind of interesting, worth noting before we get into there. Forza Horizon dev working on a AAA open world action RPG. Now, this could be interesting because I haven't really played a Forza game in a while, but they're excellent at the racers that they make, and it's Playground Games, the independent UK studio behind the Forza Horizon racing series, is starting a new project that sounds pretty much completely different. Playground has now confirmed that it is working on a AAA open-world action role-playing game. Let's see. The game developer will refurbish according to... Okay, hang on. Sorry, I'm just reading this real quick. See, and these are like open world action RPGs. These are like the type of games that I'm really into right now. So this is something like the reason why I bring it up is just because this is something that obviously it's far off. It's probably not going to be coming out for a couple of years or so. Because I mean. In development. That's all we know. They don't even have a code name or a name or anything, but right. It's interesting to see because someone who's known for racers and stuff like this to be working on a AAA open world RPG.
You know what I noticed on a commercial was this jewelry place. It could have been Zales or something, or maybe one of the little more unknown jewelry places was saying, if you bought a piece of jewelry that was equivalent to $3.99, you could get a free Xbox One S with it too.
1S or 1X?
1S.
The S.
The new one.
That's the 1X.
Oh, the 1X. Well, I
know.
I still think Project Scorpio.
Yeah, and that's what actually confused a lot of people when the 1X was announced.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was saying that if you bought some jewelry for like $3.99, you'd get a free Xbox, the new one, the 1X.
So get your girlfriend an engagement ring and then get yourself an Xbox?
Pretty much. And it was like as limited supplies, as long as supplies last.
That's an interesting partnership. Like
That's what I thought too when I noticed it. I'm like, okay, so you're getting an engagement ring and an Xbox? Like,
yeah, that's kind of.
you typically the wife would want to get rid of it, be like,
Yeah, that's almost what I said too. So you can get your girlfriend an engagement ring, and then you can get the Xbox that she can throw out the window.
Right? I thought it was an odd pair. Like, since when do they start giving Xboxes away with jewelry?
Yeah, because they should know significant others aren't as cool as you. You know, like most of them don't like gaming.
Yeah, I just thought it was odd.
Like my coworker, you know, his lady that wants him to throw out his NES.
No, you can't do that.
Right?
Give it to us. Give it to us.
Because of course, you know, she's like, you don't even play it, but it's like, because it's a freaking heirloom, you know, like
Exactly.
the thing belongs in a museum.
I think my Destiny 2 can run it.
Oh Jesus.
Jesus. Oh my lord. Oh my Lanta. That's how you'd always say it, is oh my Lanta.
Mm-hmm.
I picked that up from you.
Alright, so now getting into some of the Destiny 2 stuff. Homicidal and I made a quick little video yesterday or the day before about this article that Bungie posted, just about some changes coming to like the XP system. We're gonna get into that in a second because there's actually a little bit more to it. What's that?
Naughty people got caught.
Exactly. We'll get into that. So there's actually a little bit more to that than what we originally thought when we made that video. Yeah. But let's see, when was this? Today's the 26th, right? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. So this is an article on GameSpot from earlier today. Destiny 2 update will include new reward systems and economy changes. Okay, I'll just read this from GameSpot. Destiny 2's next major update is coming alongside the Curse of Osiris expansion early next month, and now developer Bungie has shared some new details about it. Game director Luke Smith said on Twitter that on the system side of the December update, you can expect the following changes. Economy updates, so vendors in acquiring their gear, tokens, and legendary shards.
Ooh.
Investment updates, new reward systems for weapons and armor, gameplay updates, and more. So this is a tweet that the director Luke Smith had tweeted out. I don't know, maybe yesterday or earlier today. So some point recently. And remember, we were kind of talking about this a little bit on stream earlier, right? That, you know how we were saying most of Curse of Osiris was probably already finished before a lot of the feedback and issues, you know, that the community has with Destiny 2 was going around. So we kind of, remember I was saying earlier, like, I hope that the community kind of has their expectations tempered, you know, that we probably won't see a lot of these changes that they talked about in the TWAB a few weeks ago.
Right.
Because it's too soon, right? But this makes me a little bit more hopeful that we will at least see some of those changes.
It's possible.
I mean, and these are ones that I really want to see too. So, I mean, I'm still trying to temper my expectations. I'm still trying not to get too like overhyped. I mean, I'm hyped for the expansion itself, but this is like with the update alongside it.
Yeah, there's a lot of going around and trying not to count your eggs before they hatch.
Right.
So,
I mean,
time will tell.
And this sounds good, you know, economy updates. So vendors and acquiring their gear, tokens, and legendary shards. And this is where it's going to come in handy for someone like Homicidal who hoards their legendary shards and has 1,600 of them, I think.
Jesus.
Up close to 1,600. I'm not that far off.
Close to 1,600. I think I'm finally getting close to like 200.
Next week you'll be there.
Yeah, I bet. It's probably a safe bet. And then the next bullet point sounds really good too. Investment updates. New reward systems for weapons and armor. That one is going to be awesome. And speaking of Iron Banner, because the Iron Banner that's going on right now is actually it's the final banner of Season 1.
Yeah.
And the first banner of Season 2 should see some of those changes that they talked about a few weeks back on the 12 as well. That it
made
should
me break my controller.
Oh, I know.
I'm still annoyed with it. I cannot get around the frustration that this goddamn game has given me with this week's Iron Banner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rip controller.
And I was going to mention this earlier when we were talking about it too, is like, I've never really gotten this frustrated with Iron Banner before. Like, I mean, there's been some banners before that were kind of salt-inducing, but for the most part, it's normally really not too bad. But this one, like, really was like a pain in the ass with the camping and all that. But and the lag.
I need to go back to putting a pillow on this chair. I don't know how you played in this chair for so long.
I know it's.
Anyway, sorry, it's a sidetrack. It was
but yeah, so like in the season 2 Iron Banner, we should see some of those changes they talked about. So I don't know if the token system's still going to be there, but I know that they are adding to where you can buy some of the gear with the shards as well too. Kind of like how it was in Destiny 1. Like when Banner would come around, they would have a few weapons and armor types that you can buy if they didn't drop. For you in the post-match rewards, so that's going to be a really good change.
Sounds like a really good idea. Hey, Soldier, now you have a reason to get rid of all the legendaries you've been keeping behind.
Right.
Yeah, well, I know. I'm a collector, so like I like having one of each. Usually, the only weapon I don't have one of. I've had it drop for me a few times, and I've literally infused or scrapped every time I've got it. Is the damn fighting lion. It's It's a exotic grenade launcher, and it is literally, I swear, it's Bungie trolling us. It's a troll weapon, like it is crap, and it's an exotic too. So it's like, and what I did with the one I got today, I decrypted it from a exotic engram. It dropped at 304. And I ended up just infusing it into my play of the game grenade launcher, which is kind of arguably one of the only good grenade launchers in the entire game.
Right.
Which is why I just infused it into that one. Okay, continue with this article though. So those bullet points, that's as specific as Smith got, but he said players can expect more details, hopefully including all the specifics, on Destiny 2's big new update later this week. Not only that, but Bungie project lead Mark Noseworthy and Smith will answer fan questions and address some of the feedback that Bungie has heard since Destiny 2 launched. See, and this is what I'm really stoked for too, because the final Curse of Osiris stream is this week. I believe it's Wednesday. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, I think it's a Wednesday.
I think it's Wednesday, yeah. That's what I want to say.
This recent one was a Tuesday, wasn't it?
But this last one I thought was going to be on Wednesday too, but it was actually on Tuesday, and I think it was because of the holidays. I think it was because of Thanksgiving on Thursday, but...
Probably.
But
it's weird.
Yeah, pretty much Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, if I can remember from one of the 12s, because they did announce it on one of them.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and so it looks like it's looking like director Luke Smith and project lead Mark Noseworthy are going to be there answering fan questions and addressing some of the feedback that they've heard. Destiny 2's Curse of Expansion launches on December 5th across PS4, Xbox One, and PC. The expansion is set on Mercury, and there are new story elements, quests, while the level cap is getting raised. More weapons are being added, new maps are coming to Crucible, among other things. So yeah, I'm stoked. And what did you say today? We're pretty much like 2 weeks out?
Yeah, we're 2 weeks out on the Curse of Osiris. Next week on a Tuesday.
Alright.
On a Tuesday.
Actually, no, next 2 weeks. 2 weeks Tuesday, because my fiance's band concert is on Wednesday.
Hmm.
A lot can happen on a Tuesday.
Yeah, and like we were saying earlier today on stream, like this is gonna be a big day for Destiny 2. Because Season 2 is rolling in, Curse of Osiris is dropping the same day, and as well as what I'm pretty stoked for as well, the 1X enhanced, PS4 Pro enhanced 4K patch for the console versions of D2. So yeah, I mean we've already kind of Homicidal and I have kind of talked about it a little bit already, kind of like what we're...
You really can't wait for that expansion to come out, though.
I can't.
That
no,
4K
I can't either.
expansion. I can't wait to see your reaction to it, because I've seen what a 4K TV or 4K monitor can do. I've seen the 4K of it, and you will be shocked. You'll be surprised.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually forgot to mention this when I was talking about stuff I got into this week. So I mean, I mentioned how I played Assassin's Creed Origins, and that looked excellent in 4K. But last night I actually finally played a few hours. Yeah, I finally got into Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yep. I almost said Until Dawn, and
I
I'm
know.
like, wait, no, that's not the one.
I finally fired up the PS4 Pro for the first time in God knows how long, but it was fun getting back into it.
It was incredible, and it is just like there's a big difference.
Yeah, I was at a lot higher level than I thought I was. And I'm actually at a level where I can get into the expansion, because that's kind of the thing. I'm trying to get it wrapped up so I can, play the expansion and stuff. I need to talk to Boo, because I know she was hanging out last night when I was streaming it, and she actually bought the expansion as she was in chat.
Oh, nice.
So I'm wondering if she played it yet, because I was gonna ask her how it was. Because I haven't read anything about it. I haven't really heard anything about it. So I kind of don't really know what to expect, like in terms of length. I'm sure it's gonna be great. Like the game. It's definitely a contender for Game of the Year this year. I definitely don't envy people that do these votings and stuff for Game of the Year, because 2017 this year has been a phenomenal year for games. Like this is literally like one of the best years for games in a long time that I can remember. I mean, we've had some. I mean, I'm sure once we get closer to the end of the year, we'll have probably like our last episode of the year.
Yeah.
We'll have a big like year in review show, where we'll kind of we'll have like
go back and watch some of our old episodes.
Yeah, and we'll talk about some of the games that came out throughout the year. Kind of talk about some of our personal favorites. We'll probably have like our own votes, kind of like for what your Game of the Year was, and so on and so forth. But
that's a good idea, though. That is a good idea.
Yeah, it was a really good year, and what we know about 2018 too, I think next year is going to be an excellent year too. Like,
I hope it's better than this year.
The industry's in a really good spot, because what we saw this year is it wasn't because the games industry, it was kind of like you would always just kind of get these like A games or whatever like throughout the year, and then you would get your big AAA like big budget games kind of at the end of the year, like the fall and holidays. But now, like last year and definitely this year, we're seeing it now where you're seeing these big AAA titles all throughout the year. I mean,
which is nice.
There's so many contenders.
Exactly. Like take the top two games of the Game of the Year. Okay, so the two games that were in Game of the Year talks last year and the two games that are in Game of the Year talks this year, they all came out in like March or April. Last year, the two games on that were at the top were Uncharted 4 and Overwatch. One came out in March, and I think Overwatch was like in April. This year, you have Horizon Zero Dawn and Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which, what was it? Horizon Zero Dawn came out at the end of February, I think, and Breath of the Wild was at the beginning of March when the Switch launched.
Which was actually around your birthday.
Yeah, because the Switch launched, a few days before my birthday.
Maybe we'll get a Switch.
Yeah, we are going to get a Switch eventually. Because I really do want to play Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey. Super Mario Odyssey is another game this year in the talks for Game of the Year as well, but that one came out recently, like last month or something. It came out more in the fall.
I've seen gameplay of it.
You seen what?
I've seen gameplay of it. It's one of the craziest games I've ever seen, I gotta be honest. It takes Mario games and flips it upside down and actually made it much better with a couple of elements they've added.
Nice.
Are you okay with one thing that they've added onto the game? It doesn't spoil like what happens in the end or anything. Pretty much they put the 2D and the effects of the original Mario game as parts of Mario Odyssey.
Right. Yeah, I've heard about that.
Does sound good.
Yeah, and like another thing too, there was a game that came out this year that I still haven't tried. and I was planning on getting it when it came out, but I didn't. But I'm still going to give it a shot because I've heard a lot of great things about it. But there was Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. And the interesting thing about this game is that it was made by developer Ninja Theory, but it's interesting because it didn't have a huge budget, so it wasn't like a AAA like budget behind it, but it looks and plays like a AAA game. So I remember reading it was actually on Game Informer's cover story before it came out, and I remember reading that article in it, and it was an excellent article, and I remember reading it thinking like, God, I really hope this pays off, because it was a huge gamble what they were doing, and it was just totally different. Nothing had everything been done like it before, and then everything I've heard about it since it came out has been excellent. And there's an article right now on GameSpot. It says PS4 and PC's Hellblade past 500k sales becomes profitable. See, so after selling 500,000, it became profitable. Where a lot of AAA games, to become profitable, they have to sell at least 1 million.
Right.
Usually. It says here, Ninja Theory's Hellblade, a PS4 and PC game that tackles mental health issues, has passed 500,000 sales in its first 3 months.
That's cool.
The studio announced this on Twitter, also confirming that this makes the game profitable. Sales at this level, this fast, are ahead of Ninja Theory's expectations. So it's even ahead of their expectations. To mark the occasion, Ninja Theory released an in-depth video in which key people from the UK studio discussed the game's unique development process. For one, the studio said it was worried that Hellblade's subject matter would be very controversial and overshadow what the team hoped to achieve. The studio did considerable research into mental health issues, and the game was praised for how it handled the incredibly sensitive subject.
Hellblade did look really good, and I remember when you saw the article in the Game Informer, and you're like, "Oh, can you guess who this is?" Then it's a thing that she has, and I got it like right off the bat. And you're like, "How'd you know? Did you read it?" And well, no, I didn't read it. I just have mental illness myself. I understand.
Yeah, I heard that they did such an interesting job, like, of how they portray, like, the voices in her head, and, like, how they recognize similarities. Yeah, we really need to play it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. And here's what I was talking about. Overall, the studio says that it was trying to make a game that exists between indie and AAA, and it worked. The game moved 250,000 copies in its first week. Also helping the game reach an audience was its $30 price point, which is about half of what you could expect to pay for a AAA game. And that's the thing, it released at $30 instead of the $60.
Which is like, why didn't we get it?
Yeah, I still really wanna get it. Let's see. Ninja Theory does own the Hellblade IP, so that's good. No new Hellblade games have been announced, but Ninja Theory says it wants the franchise's legacy to live on.
Right.
On GameSpot, Hellblade scored an 8 out of 10.
That's good.
Someone who I know is really big on it, Briar Rabbit, on the 2 podcasts of his that I listen to, he constantly brings it up. Like, he really had a good time with it. Miss 5000 Watts even liked it. She was even talking about it one episode too.
Oh yeah.
About how good it was.
That's one I think I would enjoy. Because I like to mock myself for my illness, and it's like it's cool to see things to where it's like, I know it may not be a legitimate story, but it's still cool to see how they portray it.
Mm-hmm.
Besides the usual in media, oh blah 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 blah.
Yeah, we'll have to get it for like PS4 or something.
I agree.
I mean, because it is on PC, but I mean, so that so we can play it. We'll just get it on PS4. Yeah, just kind of look.
Xbox.
Just kind of looking over.
Ooh,
looks like it's all just a bunch of Black Friday stuff on here. What's that?
There's one game that came out, I believe, a couple of months ago. Still a new game that I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Side-scrolling, very challenging. Also brings back the old classic cartoon style that you would see in like a Mickey Mouse.
Cuphead?
Yeah. It was a fun game.
I've heard good reviews about that. Not one I want to play too.
There's only one problem with it.
What's that?
If you're a journalist, you're not able to get past the tutorial.
Wait, what?
If what?
If you're a journalist, you're not able to get past the tutorial.
If you're a journalist?
Yeah, basically, it was a journalist that could not get past the tutorial of Cuphead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because it was that hard, or?
No, well, I went through it first try.
Okay.
It's just captivating and like.
Well, it's kind of interesting because I have heard from some people that it's super hard, and then I've heard from some people that it's not. Obviously, it's going to be subjective, right? But
it is really difficult. It is super hard, but it's still a fun game.
Yeah, because I remember a few streamers playing that game, and it does look fun. It looks incredible. I want to play it.
It is really challenging.
I might get frustrated through the controller, but hey, at least I'm on a bed where the floor is not too far and there's carpet, so it should be okay.
That's the problem. My floor is carpet, and it bounced off the floor and hit my computer.
Yeah, it makes it bouncy.
Aww.
Oh, so Solaris said in chat, maybe I stream that tomorrow. You were talking about Hellblade, I think, right? Probably, because I think that's when we were still talking about Hellblade.
Possibly.
Don't get started on Solaris. You got too many games.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, I pulled up here. I noticed the games with gold for December. It's on. I found it here on.
Sorry.
You're right. Yeah, Fusha just had to step out for a second. So the games for gold, it doesn't look like it's really too great of ones, but okay. Slayer's meant Cuphead, actually. Okay, yeah, I really wanna. I do really want to try that one out too. So it looks like the games with gold, it looks like from December 1st through 31st, there is, what the hell is the name of that? Is it, Warhammer. Warhammer End Times, Vermintide? Yeah. God, words. And then December 16th to January 15th, there is Back to the Future, the game. I didn't even know there was a Back to the Future game, so.
It took its time, didn't it?
God, right? And then for the Xbox 360, from December 1st through the 15th, there is Child of Eden. And for Xbox 360, well, of course they're both, and the 360 games are also always backwards compatible, so you can play them on the Xbox One as well. But there's also Marlo Briggs and the Mask of the Death. So pretty much all four of these games I hadn't even heard of. I mean, I've heard of Warhammer games, obviously, but... So yeah, not really a good month. At least personally, I don't think that's really a good month for Xbox. But,
Nah.
I'm gonna see if I can find PS Plus ones. December... I don't know if they would have it already, maybe. PS Plus. Oh yeah, we have Cyber Monday rolling around tomorrow too, so we're gonna be seeing a lot of that. Alright. Wait, the one that they may have missed. Yeah, I don't think that this is the actual Plus games, but the list of PS4, PS3, PS4 games. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. It looks like plenty of time to grab. Oh wait, okay, no, never mind. I think this is it. Was this? It says from this month's roster of titles. Okay, so no, it is December. All right, so it looks like it's Worms Battlegrounds, Bound, Until Dawn, Rush of Blood, which is the PSVR Until Dawn one. R-Type Dimensions, Ragdoll Kung Fu, Dungeon Punks, Broken Sword 5 for the Vita. Yeah, so not really a lot there either. Yeah, that was so crazy when I think it was a couple months ago when they had Metal Gear Solid 5 on the PS Plus ones for free. That was an incredible steal. when they did that one. So yeah, getting into what we were mentioning about Destiny with the XP changes, I'm trying to find like an article on it, but we did like the video that we talked about. They were talking about how the XP system was what the hell was it called? Where it's where it was leveled, where if you were in, the longer you were in activities that took longer to grind, it would level up. It would like taper up your XP gains. And then if you were in something that was quicker and easier to farm, like public events and stuff like that, it would actually level down or something like that. And the thing is I guess that they didn't really make it known that was the system behind it. And I guess some Redditors and some members of the community like noticed this. They had been testing it out and they noticed that these were going on. And that's why Bungie put out that article that we talked about in that video yesterday or the day before that we did. And that's why they did that. And so it's kind of, I don't know, it's rubbing a lot of people the wrong way, obviously, you know, that they didn't do anything about it until that they'd already been caught, pretty much, kind of thing.
I missed something.
I'm trying to see if I can find something on this.
I didn't mean to trip over my chair on the way out. It just got like caught my foot.
Okay, yeah, here's an article on Kotaku about it. Bungie changes Destiny 2 XP system after players discover it was rigged. Bungie has announced that it's changing how Destiny 2 handles experience points. The move comes in response to players who have been raising questions about it over recent days, with a growing consensus that the system was rigged.
It was rigged.
Exactly, yeah. It's yeah, this isn't good, especially right now when trust in Bungie is kind of, I don't want to say at an all-time low, but there's a lot of people that are really bummed at it right now. For a while after starting a new character in Destiny 2, experience points are what you use to level up. You get more XP, your level climbs, you get new abilities, the usual. Once you've played a few hours and hit the soft level cap of 20, however, XP takes on a different role. You still get XP, but instead of leveling up, each time you fill your experience bar, you get a bright engram. Bright engrams are Destiny 2's loot boxes. Okay, we all know this. So last weekend, Destiny 2 had its first Clarion Call event, which gave bonus XP to players when they were joined by at least one of their clanmates. In the wake of that event, some players noticed that the longer they played, the slower they would progress, despite the fact that they were repeating the same activities.
Wow.
The first time a player would earn 5,000 XP, they would see a large chunk of their XP bar fill. The second or third or 15th time they earned the same number of XP, the bar would get a much smaller chunk.
That's not right.
See, and this is what's shady about it, because it would still, the little XP thing that would pop up, it would still say you're getting this set amount, but your bar would only move not that amount. You know what I mean? So it was.
That's
rigged.
And it's shady, because like they said, this is what Destiny 2's loot box system is, right? So if you're not leveling up as fast, you're not getting as many bright engrams for free, you know, in their mind, that's going to, you know, make you buy them. Possibly, you know, I mean, because that's where they do their Eververse and loot box system right. That's where they do it right, is in the fact that you can get them for free. But it seems like what they were doing was kind of making that harder to achieve for the free ones, you know. But
exactly,
which is interesting, because then they have the Clarion Call going on anyways, where it's double XP for that weekend,
right?
So it's like,
well, it's like,
what are they doing?
The game was throttling XP progress invisibly while telling players they had earned XP as usual. Right.
All week, players have been sharing anecdotal evidence suggesting that something was off with the way the game displayed XP gains. Yesterday, Reddit user EnergizerX posted a lengthy analysis of XP gains and determined that, according to their findings, the game was throttling XP progress invisibly while telling players they were earning XP as usual. In a post today on the official blog, Bungie essentially confirmed that players' findings were correct and said that it is immediately suspending the XP throttling system. And then here's the full statement. And this is like the video that we made, because that's how we found out about the topic. Is this wasn't out yet, you know, that they had been like caught and stuff. I just saw this post right here. I had saw it on Twitter, and I told Homicide, like, yeah, I think we need to make a movie, make a video about this.
Right.
So if you haven't seen that video, I'll read this real quick. So this is the post from Bungie in response to it. Quote, we've seen community discussion around XP gain in Destiny. After reviewing our data, we agree that the system is not performing the way we'd like it to. Today, we'd like to describe what's going on under the hood and talk about what you can expect going forward when it comes to earning XP in Destiny 2. Currently, XP will scale up when playing longer or fixed duration activities like Crucible, competitive multiplayer matches, and the raid. And XP will scale down when playing activities that can be quickly, repeatedly chained, like grinding public events. We are not happy with the results, and we've heard the same from the community. Effective immediately, we are deactivating this system. As a result, players will see XP earn rates change for all activities across the board, but with all values being displayed consistently in the user interface. Over the course of the next week, we will be watching and reviewing XP game data to ensure that these changes meet our expectations, as well as yours. Any additional updates to the system will be communicated to you via our official channels. End quote. So there's kind of like, mi culpa.
That's shady, though.
It is.
Like,
it's not right.
Real that one.
Yeah, and
that's not right at all. Well, I'm glad they fixed it, but I mean, how did it go unnoticed for the time that it did?
Well, this Redditor that had done the testing, I'm curious. I kind of want to look up and check out his post on Reddit.
Right.
See his analysis and see how he did it. But I'm sure it probably took him some time. A lot of the times when you see these Redditors that do a lot of these this deep testing and stuff, it gets pretty deep sometimes. But he was noticing, that his bar wasn't filling up as much as he would play longer, even though it was still displaying. He was still getting this amount of XP.
That's crap.
And the thing with this statement that they released too, they say, we agree that the system is not performing the way we would like it to. They don't say, yeah, we messed up, sorry.
Right.
They're just like, it's almost like they're saying they didn't even know it was happening, like, oh yeah, that's not how we want it to, and then fix it, it's...
But it's kind of, in my mind, how could they have not realized what it was doing when they changed it?
Yeah, like the statement reeks of them like being like, okay, yeah, this system is messed up, but we didn't do it,
Right. I don't know, that's fishy.
It is, and it just sucks because, like, I don't know, I'm sure people are going to call me a shill or whatever, but, like, I really do like Bungie. I mean, I love their games, and, like, I want their games to succeed and stuff,
Right.
So like, when I see stuff like this, I'm like, damn it, Bungie, what are you doing?
You're making me look bad.
Well, not necessarily that far, but...
I've only got one point to make on that one.
What's that?
They can't find out if the XP stuff is going on yet again. They're quick enough to do something about hackers. They spot that quick enough.
Right.
Yeah, it's yeah, I know, right? It's all. What the hell are you doing?
I don't know.
Oh my god!
I'm putting my hand in your sleeve.
Oh yeah, Slayer. Sorry, yeah, I was just reading in chat. Yeah, aware that there are several Doctor Who games too. Yeah, I have heard about some of those ones. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Those do look fun.
Mm-hmm.
I miss Matt Smith. I miss him so much.
All right. I mean, I guess all I could say, about this issue right now, I mean, at least someone noticed it. At least it's fixed now. Move on, right? I guess it's on to the next thing now.
That's true. So much happens in so little time.
Which, like we said, the next thing is this Wednesday, the final Curse of Osiris stream, and I'm really interested on this. I think for this stream, I think they're supposed to be talking about the loot and the weapons and stuff that's going to be coming to the expansion and stuff.
The loot.
So, and I'm really interested to see, Luke Smith and Mark Noseworthy there, and see what they have to say about some of the stuff that we were reading. That we talked about earlier with some of the changes that are supposed to be coming in the update as well too. So,
I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier because it dawned on me I didn't even really eat yesterday, and I haven't ate yet today either. So I probably
yeah. I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah, I was gonna.
I didn't really eat anything yesterday either.
Yeah, we're pretty much at that point now. I think we'll wrap up here, anyways.
We got Walking Dead.
Yeah,
then
Walking
Talking Dead.
Yep, Walking Dead's tonight.
Then Monday.
Oh boy, yeah,
On
it was nice having a 4-day weekend.
It was indeed. I've had a little bit of mouth pain, but not too much.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was nice getting into Stranger Things. Finally got into that.
Yeah, it was. It was nice to have a Netflix binge night where it's not just me watching Orange Is the New Black. That's not what we watched.
Well, and it was really I think the funnest thing about this 4-day weekend was the three of us playing Destiny 2 together. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. I thank you so much for letting me play. Like, I was so nervous I was gonna just die, and I didn't. And I was like, well, wait.
I tried telling you with both Homicidal and I being there, you know, like we'll be able to like carry you through, you know, some of the harder activities and stuff.
Yeah. But I did pretty decent, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing good. We did some adventures, some lost sectors and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I wasn't even playing for part of it.
Huh?
I was just saying I wasn't even playing for part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. But it was still fun. I'm glad I didn't die as much, because I know when I kept dying, I was getting so frustrated and so salty. And then the second he comes into the room, I suddenly just didn't die once.
Yeah, then it was
I
like
beat the boss, and then I beat the other boss that was immediately after that. Whereas I thought for sure I was gonna keep dying like I was before.
that was when you were playing solo, like a few days before.
Yeah, and that's when I started thinking that it's like, okay, if I keep dying, I'm gonna need you to come in here and just sit next to me so that I won't die. Like, yeah, I started thinking as like you're like a rabbit's foot. Like, you're my luck.
Yeah, Solgr says in chat, that's me possibly in the future, Destiny 2 on PC.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah.
It was good though. It was really good. I had a good time.
Yeah, Solaris is going to be joining us there soon. I really hope that I can get played on PC some more. Like, I don't know what those damn issues are.
Slash will join us in a good couple years' time.
Maybe months. We can be a little hopeful.
All right. Well, it's interesting because Destiny 2 was half off on like over the weekend. Yeah, like over the weekend and stuff. It was
a lot of stuff was half off. I mean, like that new monitor was for sale of $399. I got for $208.
Yeah, and it's normally like a $500-$600 monitor or something like that. So like we got it. I got it still.
Yeah, it was great. I wish I could have just surprised you with it, but I had to be sure I was getting the right kind. So I'm like,
Yeah, something like that. You have to make sure that you're getting.
There's one thing I want to add as well.
Mm-hmm.
It really is easier to practice a game when you're in a group.
It really is. That is true. That is very true. See, and I just thought I was going to be dead weight and that I kept dying and you guys would have to revive me every 5 minutes, but I actually kind of impressed myself.
Nope, that's how it is. I mean,
it would have been fine for me. I revive everyone anyway.
That's true.
I mean,
you are good at that.
I mean, Homicidal and I, when we were playing with Hazy, we were talking about we're gonna do a raid crawl, Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 raid crawl, and trust me, I'm gonna be you on that one. I'm gonna be getting carried through those. Trust me, I am a raid noob. Even though I've easily played Destiny 1 and 2. Probably around 2,000 hours by now. I don't even know how many hours I've even put into Destiny 2 yet, but I don't know. I'm kind of hungry. I know Destiny 1 between PS4 and Xbox One, I know it was around like 16 or 1,700 hours, so I would think I probably maybe have a couple hundred on Destiny 2 already. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not a couple hundred, but I don't know. I'd have to check it out, but...
Oh my, it's almost 9.
Yeah, that's going to do it for this week's episode. If you're watching on YouTube and you want to check out mine and Homicidal streams and Fusha's Instagram, you can check out all the links down below. Check out all our social medias and channels and all that hot jazz.
That's where I go to get pixelated.
Yeah, and
just kidding.
And you can and you can check out our podcast here at twitch.tv/SolgrOnly. I stream every single day, but we have this podcast every Sunday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. We have our Walking Dead podcast on Monday at what time do we do that one again? Normally like
7,
no
8, 9.
That one we were kind of doing it like 9.
9, yeah.
9 or 10 or something.
9.
Yeah, Monday nights.
Monday nights. We've been slacking. We haven't done it the past 2 weeks.
But we have also kind of been thinking about maybe not doing that one live anymore.
Just so that there is no spoilers.
Yeah, we might. Yeah, because people drop into streams a lot without reading the titles and stuff.
Yeah.
And people can drop in and, see us talking spoilers and stuff about Walking Dead. And they could probably get pretty pissed. I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but I could see it happening.
I'd rather prevent it before it happens.
So, I don't know. I'm almost thinking of maybe where we just record that offline and then just post to YouTube.
That makes sense.
But this podcast, we're obviously going to keep doing this one live. And
yeah, this one is just our regular podcast.
And then, of course, we still have other ones in the works. We're still getting our Destiny one together. There's a Team Extreme one in the works. So
that is to be called the Spoiler-Free Podcast.
All right.
It's that one thing that you listen to once a week.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for hanging out and watching. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button, sub to the channel.
Thanks for hanging out.
And we will see you next week.
Deuces. Bye.